Welcome back to this special video from Lord Gizmo. Today, Outback Mike transforms a 50-year-old log into a fully functional canoe, mostly with hand tools. First step, strip the bark. It holds moisture unevenly, traps insects, and hides the grain of the wood underneath. Once the bark is off, the real work begins, hollowing out the center of the log. The log is 16 feet long, and it came from the city of Newcastle, New South Wales, where old trees are removed for public safety. Digging out wood with nothing but primitive hand tools is every bit as grueling as it sounds. Mike is a former military pilot, adventurer, and filmmaker, and extreme hands-on builds are exactly his kind of challenge. Mike wants to experience exactly what a real shipwreck survivor faced in the 1800s. A man named James Merrill, whose survival story remains one of the most remarkable in Australian history. But he also does the math. Hollowing this log by hand alone takes 3 to 4 years. So he makes a practical call: a chainsaw to rough out the cuts and an axe to finish them. With every cut and scrape, this aged timber slowly transforms into a canoe right before your eyes. Shaping this log demands patience, precision, and an intuitive feel for how the wood wants to move. Simple bamboo sticks and a rope stretched between both ends of the log. That's all Mike needed to measure and shape a seaworthy vessel. Every canoe shares the same fundamental design: a sharp front edge, called the bow, and a tapered rear, known as the stern. That aerodynamic shape wasn't just for looks. It was what allowed the canoe to cut cleanly through water with minimal resistance. Mike marked his cut lines with the bamboo scales and removed wood section by section, working toward that classic form. While clearing out rainwater from the hollowed log, Mike discovers something far worse. Woodworms have bored nearly 1-inch tunnels straight through the hull. Left untreated, they would crack the wood, weaken the structure, and ultimately destroy the canoe. When Mike flips the log over, more holes are waiting for him. This build was never going to be easy. His solution is ancient, and effective. He lights a controlled fire beneath the log. The heat kills the worms without any chemicals, but the fire does something else too. It accelerates a process called polymerization, where the natural resins locked inside the wood harden and reinforce the cellular structure from the inside out. Mike isn't building this canoe just for the sake of it. When it's finished, he plans to navigate 1,500 kilometers of the Great Barrier Reef coastline in it. One of the most demanding stretches of open water in the entire southern hemisphere. Every decision he makes during this build directly affects whether he makes it out there alive. Three months. No resupply, no safety net. The route cuts through crystal-clear reef waters, dense mangrove swamps, and mountainous jungle. And Mike plans to live entirely off what the land and sea provide, catching fish, collecting rainwater, and sleeping wherever nature allows. The grain isn't just a visual pattern, it's the structural roadmap of the log. Cut with it, and the wood splits cleanly. Cut against it, and you risk splintering, cracking, and a weakened hull. Mike pays close attention. Every axe swing follows a controlled, rhythmic arc, always with the grain, never against it. Ignore it, and the results show up fast. Unpredictable splits that compromise the entire build. Running along the underside of the canoe is a ridge called the keel. It keeps the canoe tracking straight instead of spinning and drifting. Mike carves it carefully. The keel takes more abuse than any other part of the hull, constantly scraping over rocks, shallow riverbeds, and debris. So he leaves it slightly thicker than the rest to handle that punishment. A rough surface creates drag, and drag slows the canoe down. To fix that, Mike tilts his axe at a low angle, not chopping but scraping. Long, controlled strokes, peeling off thin layers of wood at a time. It's a technique that demands a razor-sharp blade. Mike sharpens his tools multiple times a day to keep that edge. And for the finest surface work, he reaches for a knife. Nothing beats a sharp blade when finishing curved wood by hand. The gunnels are the side walls of the canoe, rising from the hull up to the rim, and they're what keeps water outside where it belongs. Building them symmetrically without a ruler or a level is one of the most demanding parts of the entire build. Here's why symmetry matters. If one side is taller or shaped differently than the other, the canoe creates unequal resistance in the water. That imbalance doesn't just slow things down, it can snap the bow sideways without warning. In rough water, that means capsizing. To shape them precisely, Mike uses an adze, a curved, blade-on-a-handle tool that boat builders have relied on for thousands of years. It gives him the control to shave thin layers from sensitive areas without overcutting. Direct sunlight and a dry southern wind began pulling moisture out of the wood faster than Mike could control. Cracks started forming along the hull. Small ones at first, but cracks don't stay small for long. Water finds its way in, freezes, expands, and splits wood wide open. Mike covered the canoe with a tarp after every work session to shield it from the sun and wind. But a covered, humid environment has its own problem: slime growth. His fix was simple: a saltwater spray. It killed the slime while maintaining just enough moisture in the wood to prevent further cracking. The existing cracks? He'd deal with those at the final stage. For now, there was rope to make. If you enjoyed this, go ahead and subscribe to Lord Gizmo. We cover hands-on builds, vehicle restorations, DIY projects, and a whole lot more. There's always something new worth watching. There are some cracks in the hull through which water can seep in. Let's see how Mike deals with them using his survival skills. Mike cuts a hibiscus log, peels the bark layer by layer, bundles the strips around a stick, and rolls the fibers into rope. Double the strands, double the strength. When he's done, that rope holds roughly 300 kilos, about 660 pounds, without breaking. He puts it to use right away. On the bow of the canoe, he drills an anchor point and fits it with a rounded wooden plug, a simple, clean solution for anchoring offshore with zero manufactured hardware. An outrigger is a secondary float arm that extends out from the side of the canoe, dramatically increasing its stability and buoyancy. Without outriggers, even the most well-built dugout canoe is inherently unstable in open water. Mike builds his with a specific concern in mind: crocodiles. He engineers the outriggers to provide enough lift to keep him afloat, even if one tries to drag the canoe under. Before mounting anything permanently, he takes the canoe to a swimming pool for its first water test. Water seeps in through the cracks and joint gaps, not surprising at this stage, but the hull floats, and the balance is solid. He marks the trouble spots and moves forward. Mike cut precise locking joints directly into both the canoe and the outrigger frames. These interlocking connections, shaped and fitted entirely by hand, have no nails, no bolts, and no adhesive holding them together. They hold because of geometry. Next, he builds a rudder, a flat vertical plane mounted at the stern. The rudder redirects water flow around the hull to steer the canoe. Mike drills mounting holes in the rear and builds a handle system so he can adjust the rudder's angle from a comfortable seated position. Precise, practical, and entirely handmade. Now the canoe needs a way to move, and for that, Mike turns to the wind. For thousands of years, mankind has harnessed wind to travel vast distances across open water. A sail isn't just a sheet of fabric. It works exactly like an airplane wing, curved, not flat. Air accelerates over the outer curved surface and slows on the inner face, and that pressure difference generates forward drive. The canoe doesn't get pushed by the wind, it gets pulled. Mike wants his sail made from genuine historical canvas. He tracks down a woman named Sally, who donates cloth from an actual old ship. She also teaches him how maritime workers once hand-stitched sails using natural fiber and large needles, a craft that has nearly disappeared. Mike repairs the tattered canvas by hand, patching every hole the old-fashioned way. A mast is the tall, vertical post that holds the sail up and transfers wind force down into the hull. Most are fixed permanently. But Mike had a different requirement. He needed to film his journey using drones, which meant the mast had to be removable without destabilizing the rig. The hull is still porous. Joint gaps, old wormholes, and surface cracks all need to be filled before the canoe can handle open water. Mike chooses beeswax, a step up since it bonds to wood, resists water penetration, and acts as a natural adhesive at the same time. To reinforce the structure further, he adds planks across the dugout section of the canoe. Since those planks are too rigid to follow the hull's curved shape, he scores a series of closely spaced cuts along their length, a technique that introduces controlled flexibility without sacrificing strength. The planks bend cleanly into position and lock down tight. This isn't a bow for shooting arrows. It's an ancient technique for drilling holes into wood. Traditional canoes don't have a large covered wooden deck like this. But Mike's goal is to survive the toughest conditions out there, and this deck will give him a safe, dry place to store his belongings when the rain hits. You can follow his adventures on his YouTube channel, Outback Mike. There you'll see him evading crocodiles, venturing near a volcanic eruption, and much more. From the first axe swing on that raw log to the final coat of beeswax, more than a year passes. Mike keeps refining, keeps testing, keeps correcting. When the hatches go on, he makes sure every latch seats properly. Because on a rolling sea, a hatch that pops open isn't just an inconvenience, it's a survival problem. Then comes the moment of truth. The canoe hits real water. Have you ever tried building something with your own hands? Whether it's a small woodworking project or something bigger, we'd love to hear about it. Drop your experience in the comments below. He uses a bundle of long bamboo poles to build an outrigger platform, giving the canoe extra buoyancy and a stable surface for Mike to stand on. Over 1,500 kilometers of open coastline waits ahead of him. Unpredictable weather, crocodile-filled waters, and the kind of physical and mental endurance that most people never test in a lifetime. The canoe is ready, and so is Mike.